What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be going over my thoughts, my opinions, my review of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League that came out for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox, and all that good stuff. This game has received massive amounts of hate. People going as far as refunding the game. And the issue I have with that is a lot of people haven't actually played it. I pre-ordered this game. I got the deluxe version. Sucker for them. I like all the extra cool little skins and all that kind of stuff. But I did go in blind. I did go in unbiased. I have played all the previous Arkham games. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight. And I did also play Arkham Origins. And they are top tier superhero games. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They are, as far as superhero games, they are absolutely top tier. A lot of people's biggest hate with this game is that it came out in the same universe as the Arkham game. I can kind of understand why people are mad at that and a bit upset, and it does feel a little out of touch. However, after playing the game, completing the game, doing all the side quests, all the Riddler challenges, all that kind of stuff, it does kind of fit. And in my opinion, it's a great game. This game is a live action shooter. It is not your typical single player RPG. It is in a completely different format than all the other Arkham games, and it is very, very different. So, what I want to go over as far as this game and as far as this review is pros and cons of the game. I'm going to go probably one by one, pro, a con, and just kind of lay it out, show you guys some actual gameplay from the game, things I like, things I wish were a little different, and then basically give you guys enough information to form your own opinion for those who haven't actually played it. That's going to be my goal today, is give you guys enough information, enough depth, and enough knowledge of the game so that you guys can formulate your own idea and actually get it, base an opinion on this game from an unbiased standpoint. We will also be going over, the comic book that DC just released, because DC just released a comic book called Suicide Squad Kills Arkham Asylum, and it's supposedly a prequel to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So we're going to be getting into that as well, okay? So here we go. Let's jump right in. So one of the pros that I have about this game is the diversity of the characters. So the four they selected were, you have Deadshot, and this is his classic suit. This came with the, I actually bought this because there was a little bit of an issue when I bought the deluxe version of the game. Warner Brothers sent me 2,000 coins, and that was really, really nice of them, so I do appreciate that. But you have Deadshot here. I'm going to go through all of them. We have King Shark. King Shark is definitely my favorite character. He's a powerhouse, he's a demigod, a little bit slower, but he likes to use heavy weapons and all that kind of stuff. You have Boomerang. Boomerang is really cool, and we're going to go a bit more in-depth about all the characters and all that kind of stuff. Boomerang is a very cool character. He's very quick. He utilizes somewhat of Flash's powers, and I'll show you a bit more. And then we also have Harley Quinn. Now, Harley Quinn, she plays a lot more like, I would say, Batman here. As you can see, she has a grapple, and she has this little drone over here that we'll get into. Each character, and this is why I was saying about the diversity of stuff, each character can only use 3 weapons, or 3 classes of weapons. King Shark, he can use heavy weapons, so that's basically miniguns. King Shark can use miniguns, he can use assault rifles, and he can also use shotguns. So that's what King Shark can use. He's a very attack-forward player, not a sniper, nothing like that. So that's what he sticks with right there. Now, jumping into Deadshot. Deadshot, he is able to use, again, 3 classes. Each character can use 3 different classes. His 3 available weapons are assault rifles. So he can use, any assault rifle in the game. He's going to have no problem using. The second weapon Deadshot can use is pistols. Now, these pistols are very good. They shoot quite slowly, but they do deal a lot of damage. However, some shoot faster and deal less damage per bullet. Some shoot slower, but deal more damage per bullet, similar to like a sniper or a single shot rifle. Now, Deadshot being the second deadliest assassin in the world, he can use snipers, and the snipers are very cool. With Deadshot, you really can stay quite far away and typically save yourself from a lot of the firefight and just snipe. And we're going to show a little bit of that here as well. Next is Boomerang. Now, Boomerang, he can use shotguns, snipers, and SMGs. Me doing the whole through King Shark, I haven't really touched the SMGs. But they got to be fairly good, and we're going to find out in this anyway.
No one really believed I'd let myself be killed by a costume speedster, did they? I've been supplying.
And last but not least, we have Harley Quinn. Now, Harley Quinn's 3 weapons that she's able to use are the pistol, the heavy weapon similar to King Shark, so she can also rock miniguns and all that kind of stuff, and she also can use SMGs. So each weapon is used typically by two player sets. Next, I want to talk about the different traversal types. Now, King Shark, he has the ability to jump really, really high, dash forward 3 times, and as well, jump forward. That was not a good example here. So with the little sprint, he can jump very far, going into whichever direction you look. So we can just look up here, he'll go straight up, but if we look across, he'll go more in that direction. So it does depend on which way you're actually staring at the screen. So far, after trying all 4 characters, King Shark's traversal is very easy to master. It's very simple. It's just really jumping, but it does the job. It gets you very far, very quickly. And he has a quick descent, which I really like, especially because you can jump really high, descent like this. Does a little bit of knockback, not too much, but I enjoy it. Each character also has traversal abilities. So, let's see, there's a group of enemies right down here. So we're going to dash 3 times, and we're going to use this. That killed all 4 of them. Now, I have that one leveled up because I have King Shark max level. That is going to be King Shark's traversal ability right there. And we're also going to take a look at his signature ability. Each character has like an ability that they can do, and it's kind of like an instant finisher. It does a crap ton of damage, and we're going to take a look at King Shark's right now. Is this sounding good, babe? I'm going to edit out all this.
Impossible. And yet.
Guys, and here is King Shark's ability right here. Open the thing so I can't do it. And here is King Shark's finisher ability. It's different depending on the character and where you do it. If you do it from the back, he kind of throws him over, bites him, and then when you fight really big enemies, super cool looking. It does a lot of damage straight off the bat. Now, there is a third ability that all the characters have, and it's the same. And we're going to take a look at that right now as well.
Ready to rewire your brain?
His own path.
Now, this last move is called your Squad Ultimate. It's the same for every character. And what it does is it basically slows down time for all the enemies. So they're all in slow motion right now. We're moving in normal speed. It is really cool. The rest of your team is going to be good to go and allows you to do a lot of damage here. Really useful for brutes, weapons, all that kind of stuff. Tanks, helicopters, and whatnot. Here we have Deadshot. So his movement is, his traversal is a jetpack. Really cool. It took me a minute to understand, but you can hover in the air holding your gun. You can fire. It instantly basically resets the second you get back down on the ground. You can use Afterburner to go really quick, and once that reaches basically overheating, you can reset it just the one time, and it allows you to go back in again and go right off the bat. You can hover, fly around. His movement is really easy to control, to maneuver about, and everything like that. Now, traversal is really cool, his traversal attack. It's called Fuel Dump. You basically set everybody on fire and then explode it really quickly. It does a lot of damage, and it's a good area of effect attack. Now, let's take a look at his... We killed that person. Let's go find another one. His finisher here. Basically locks on, shoots them a million times, and it does a lot of damage. See, that just did 360 right there. 360,000 damage. The more you level them up, the more amounts of damage it can do. Your weapons can affect it, and everything like that. Here's a look at the sniper. Just did 24,000 damage with one single shot. Awesome. Works perfect for Deadshot, fits his character, and I really enjoy that. So here we have Harley Quinn. Now her traversal is really cool. Basically at the start of the game, you unlock this bat drone that you find in the museum. And it allows you to grapple to the bat drone and basically allow you to swing from it. And she also picks up Batman's grapple gun. So as you can see here, she can grapple all the way here. And you can also do the overshoot, similar to what you were able to do in Batman games. You also get a double jump. Really cool. You're able to traverse the entire map very quickly. Reset it. Once you get the hang of it, it is pretty fun to use, I'm not going to lie. That overshoot allows you to basically reset. And it's all about basically mechanics, figuring out when the perfect time to let go of the swing is, all that kind of stuff. The range on it is also pretty good. Pretty good range. Now let's take a look at... Oh, we can actually take a look at Harley Quinn's reversal attack. Let's go ahead and find some enemies here.
I'm giving you the chance to take control of your own story. Isn't that what you've always wanted?
Here we have Harley Quinn's traversal attack there. Basically slides in and hits it with a hammer, so we can take a look at that. So guys, because I don't have Harley Quinn leveled up enough, and luckily we can show it right here. This is what her special skill is, the suicide strike. Pretty cool. Okay, we'll watch it one more time. Smacks him, finishes him, smacks a bomb right into him. So very cool for Harley Quinn. Traversal's good. So far for me, it looks one of the harder ones to master. But again, I did play the entire game with King Shark. So maybe if I started with Harley, I would be saying that, you know, the other way around.
I am firing upon Boomerang.
Last but not least, we have Boomerang. Now, Boomerang is really cool. Boomerang, basically, from the same museum, Harley Quinn got her bat grapple and Deadshot got his jetpack. He got a Speed Force gauntlet. And that basically allows him to access the Speed Force. And he utilizes it in his Boomerang. Now, he can throw it in front of him, and as long as you're on the ground, you can hold X to sprint. And that's pretty cool. You do get to run pretty quick, or you can hold it and you'll just follow. You'll just go straight towards his Boomerang, which is really cool. You can throw it over enemy shields as soon as you let go, right over the shields. Quick little finish, nicely done. Very simple, very fun to use. Boomerang is very cool. You can use it to run up. So if you run it on here, you can hold X. You run up a wall, you hold R1 and X, and you will run up the wall, which is really cool. Let's do it again. Very fun. Now, as well, if you throw his Boomerang in the mid-air, you can use L1, and you'll do 3 little teleports, similar to King Shark's, and you can throw the Boomerang once more, and you still get to jump after. So, it's going to be very quick, very fun. You can get over, and then as well, like I said, if you use it on the floor,
Join me, Harkness, or I might be inclined to imprison
you
in
can
a world
hold X and you get to charge up afterwards with a full front sprint. Nowhere near as fast as the Flash, but let's take a look at his traversal ability. Now we actually have some enemies. Let's take a look at his traversal here. He attacks multiple enemies super quick with the Speed Force. His doesn't do so much damage for me right now because I haven't leveled it up at all. But his is also really fun, and it can really put a lot of enemies, stop them dead in their tracks, attack them with a lot of damage, and it's quite fun. They're all fairly similar. They all do somewhat of the same thing. Their area of effect moves, but they all look so cool, so different, and they do really fit all the characters. Now, let's go over how each of the weapons work. So, here we have King Shark. King Shark, like I said, can use heavy weapons. He can use the minigun, he can use shotguns, and he can use assault rifles. So, minigun. Little, slow damage, but a lot of damage. And then shotguns. Shotguns are very fun in this game. They have different ones. Single shots, pump shots, automatics. I like to run the automatic with King Shark because you have the slow minigun. You can finish him off quickly with the shotgun, and it's just very fun. Now, Deadshot, his main thing I like to use with him is going to be sniper rifle. I almost just one-shotted that helicopter with a sniper rifle. There we go, 3 shots on a sniper and I destroyed a helicopter. I've got the game difficulty set to its maximum right now, so for his gun to be able to do that, works very good. Now, obviously, it is slow, it is single fire, but you line it up perfectly, you can one-shot enemies. King Shark's in our way. So they are very, very, very effective. Super fun to use. You can finish a lot of enemies off from a long distance away. Now, in this game, the assault rifles is nothing to say. It's an assault rifle. Okay? Very normal. Different kinds. You have some burst fires. I like the fully automatic. But they do have different varieties, different options, all this kind of stuff for you to choose. There's also a massive amounts of grenades in this game. They do what grenades do. Not really much to go into there. Now, Harley Quinn, she uses a pistol, and she can also use the heavy weapon here, but we're going to run with the pistol just to show you kind of what the pistol's like. Pistol, like a fast sniper. Little closer range, but does a lot of damage. And then, last but not least...
Sharing belongings. A clear sign of human friendship.
Now you see me?
Now, last but not least, we have SMGs. This particular one here is going to be a 3-round burst. But again, they offer normal, easy to use, fast reload, and they do work on anything here. So I don't have a very good SMG right now because I haven't used them at all. But you can see, you know, they get the job done here. Here's your traversal attack again. Very easy to use, very fun. Now I'd like to move on to a con. Something I don't really think is particularly useful in this game, and that is going to be the crafting segment. Now, throughout the game, you'll unlock different characters who you can craft weapons from, craft grenades, melee weapons, and all that kind of stuff. The issue I have with it is you're going to find good gear on the ground anyway. And I did all the side missions as fast as I could. Each time I unlocked one, I did it, and it would allow me to craft a better piece of gear. However, the gear it would allow me to craft was never as good as what I found on the ground or from the main quest or even completing the side quests. The rewards for the side quests on top of being able to craft more stuff were good weapons. Most of the time, those weapons were just typically better than what you're able to craft. So let's take a look at the crafting section here. So you actually craft all your weapons and whatnot from Penguin. He allows you to craft assault rifles, heavy, shotgun, pistol, SMGs, snipers. But right now I have King Shark equipped, and if you do an advanced compare, the best weapon I can craft is Black Mask's Bulletstorm. Does 822 damage. Now, you can see I have already equipped Black Mask's Bulletstorm heavy weapon. I found that on the floor. I found that from doing a quest, and it does almost 400 more damage than the best one I can craft. So, to me, crafting has kind of seemed a bit pointless up to this point, especially in the end game where a lot of the missions, because of the difficulty I have it set to, offer really, really good equipment. I can't see myself coming here to craft a weapon, to be honest. I just can't picture it based on what I found so far. And that's going to be the same. I've tried it with shotgun, pistol, everything. Even early game, there wasn't really much sense in crafting. And actually, that's the same with the melee weapons, the shield mods, traversal mods, grenades, neck bomb mods, lucky charms, basically everything. It's not been useful to go here and spend the resources and everything like that to craft. You can overhaul. Now, overhaul re-rolls all the attributes of a weapon or a neck mod or anything like that. I tried it once. It wasn't worth it based on all the resources that it took to do that. The resources are easy to get in this game. However, it wasn't worth it. It was very cool. I liked how they incorporated Penguin into the game. I never ever used this gentleman here. There is a lot of other things you can do in the Argus warehouse, which is basically just the Justice League, the whatever it's called, you know. Over throughout the game, you unlock this gentleman here named Toyman. It shows you anti-Superman tech, anti-Batman tech, anti-Green Lantern tech, and anti-Flash tech, which all sounds really cool, but they are pivotal to the story. You get them from doing the main story quests. So he helped you build a lot of this stuff. Once you used it for the main once you used it in the main storyline fights, you didn't really need to use it again. He can modify, you can change the reserve capacity. These 3 augments here. If you go to modify, you can modify each one of these, and it just gives you an option basically, so you can look at possible augments. So I can change 5% ammo capacity for a chance at one of the other things available. I did it once. I don't think I'm going to do it again. I don't. It's just, again, one of those things where to me it just really wasn't worth it. Elite, basically that allows you to do it more than once, because once you've done it once to a weapon, you can't do it again unless you make a weapon elite, which again I did. It was a lot of resources, not really something I thought I'm going to use. And now, swap it back to, let's talk about a pro here. As far as, out of the 2 to 3 things you can modify on your weapons and everything like that, the only pro I found is going to be Poison Ivy. Now, Poison Ivy, she can add afflictions to your weapons. Basically, Deep Freeze, Venom Frenzy, Diablo Blaze, and Livewire Bolt. 1 electrocutes, 1 freezes, 1 sets them on fire, and then 1 sets them on their own teammates. The only issue I have with this is you cannot put this on your primary guns. You can't put it on any guns. You can only put afflictions on melee weapons and grenades. I really, really wish I would have been able to use this on a gun, maybe just made it a slower build-up time or something like that. But it's still useful, which is why it is still on the pro side, because here, as you can see, King Shark, this is the weapon I use. It has Venom Frenzy. So if I use that on a group of enemies and I hit one guy, he's now going to fight for me. So just go to the biggest guy, use it on him, and now you have one of the stronger enemies on your side. Take out the little guys, and then you can just focus on the big one. Same with Electrocute. You use that on a group of enemies, and they all get electrocuted and stunned. Deep Freeze is the same, does the same thing. It just freezes them instead of stuns them. And then Diablo Blaze, really, really cool, because it does set him on fire and does damage over time. So that's why Poison Ivy is on my pro side, because it allows you, it actually makes a difference to the game. The other 2, they couldn't be in the game, and it wouldn't really make a difference to me. Besides, I just have a few less side quests to do. So, it is what it is. But that's why Poison Ivy is going to be on a pro for me, because they are fun, they do make a difference, and sometimes you really can't do a mission without them, because they help that much sometimes. Here is another, con I have about the game. When you kill enemies, you do quests and all this kind of stuff. You're going to unlock resources. Enemies are going to drop resources, and the game doesn't really explain them that well, in my opinion. I know you have to use them for the crafting, but like I said, the crafting in this game is, to me, a bit pointless. The weapons that you can craft are not very good. You get an absolute crap ton of resources. They don't really explain what each one does. And to me, it was just a bit of, I have a crap ton of resources here, but I don't know what they all do. For me, there's, as you can see, I have 2.1 million, the coins, a bunch of everything else. Really, they're all used for crafting. Crafting's pointless. So for me, I don't know why we have so many resources. Here is a pro I have for the game. Despite the main story, there is a absolute bunch of different available side quests to do that will just pop up over the map as you play. You have, let's count right here, we have Bug Out, Smash and Grab, Skull Ship Jammin', Community Service, Ivy's Garden Party, Hack vs. Brainiac, Artillery Battering, Toyman's Research Rampage. And despite my progress in this game, I still have 2 unlocked that are for, massive end game content. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different available side quests for you to do once you've completed the game throughout the main story. And they pop up all the time with different levels, different types of villains, normal enemies and whatnot. And it's just very fun. I do really appreciate the diversity of all the side quests and everything like that. So to me, I enjoyed them. It doesn't feel repetitive. People have been saying this game is repetitive, you just shoot everything. Yeah, well, it's a shooting game. You shoot stuff. What more do you expect? Same people that say that will go ahead and play Call of Duty for 4 hours and not say that that's repetitive. Or go ahead and play Fortnite and not say that that's repetitive. It's the same thing. This game is based around a looter and shooter type vibe. You are going to loot stuff and you are going to shoot stuff in this game. It's not surprising. It is not repetitive though. I will not call it a repetitive game. It is what it says it is. You have to loot, you have to shoot. But the different things you have to do around it are fun. Sometimes you have to rescue civilians. Sometimes you have to destroy shields to then destroy this shield to then go against this. Okay? Sometimes you have to take out a specific target and then call upon a scat. There's so many different viable things for you to do. It's crazy. And I'm running out of cons to talk about for this game, so for a while I'm going to talk about pros until I can think of one. Another pro for me is endgame content. So, there is 3 missions after you do endgame, and you can redo them over and over again. This is the only resource that I've noticed that I need. It's the Prometheum coins, and basically you need to pay 1,000 Prometheum coins to stay alive throughout the mission, but it doesn't cost real money. You'll earn those coins by doing the other side missions around the map. And right now for this season, up until Season 1 starts or whatever it is, it's all based around Bane and getting his rewards and whatnot. So, as you can see, Bane has 3 tiers of different rewards you can get. Bunch of different weapons, augments, and all that kind of stuff. And then as well here, this is just right here on the side. You can do that just from doing the normal side missions. And you have a chance to unlock some of these. I already have a few. It check marks them for you, so you don't need to keep track of what you're missing. Really easy, really simple to use. There's just so much you can do. If you have a group of friends that likes to grind this kind of stuff with you, you're going to have a lot of fun here. It's going to be the same as, it's very similar to raids in Destiny 2. Same similar kind of vibe. Or hell, I'm even going to throw RuneScape out there. You need to continue to do the raids until you get the piece of gear you're trying to get. It's the same kind of vibe. Only this time, you're playing as the Suicide Squad against Brainiac's forces. It's fun. So, let's talk about the storyline in this game. Basically, this is what happens. You get pulled out of Arkham Asylum to take home Brainiac. Amanda Waller, she needs your help. She's an asshole to you, and she makes sure that she thinks you're trash, but it fits the vibe. She works for Argus. Argus now own Arkham Asylum. You're prisoners in there. You get the gist. Storyline, for me, was really fun and engaging. It fit the characters that you play as really well. You're playing as criminals who have been in Arkham Asylum for years now. Why would they be friendly? Okay? Why would they be respectful to the Justice League? Most of the Justice League put them in Arkham Asylum. The first boss you fight is Flash. Now, I know IGN was complaining that the Flash was too fast, and while he moved very fast, it was not impossible. It was actually a very fun mission. Took him on. You basically, you used Toyman. Toyman built you a Speed Force Negator, and it made him a bit slower in times for you to be able to shoot him, and that was that. The next boss was John Stewart, Green Lantern. This one was real fun. This one was really, based around Deadshot. Him and Deadshot had beef. For instance, Green Lantern put Deadshot in Arkham Asylum. The Flash put Boomerang in Arkham Asylum, and you can really feel the hatred between Green Lantern and Deadshot throughout the story and throughout their little bits of dialect. It really felt engaging, and I was just sit there and watch it. There's videos on my TikTok and YouTube of their interactions, and I would just stare at it because it felt like I was watching a movie. I was really, really impressed by how they did that. You could feel the hatred between those two characters. His boss fight was really fun. He created constructs everywhere. You had to destroy the constructs. You found little yellow lantern batteries in the bottom of the Wayne's Bank, where Batman had a secret stash of different weapons, kryptonite, and all that kind of stuff. So his fight, really, really, really fun. It took a little bit of time, but I mean, I don't care if a boss fight is quick or slow. I enjoy it. Now, the third boss fight was Arkham Asylum's Batman. According to what they've shown in the story so far, there's rumors here and there, but we're not going to go into that. Based off what we know for sure is that this is Arkham Asylum's Batman. Now, the boss fight in this, the boss fight for Batman for me was very fun. He tries to use fear toxin on the four of us. And while it works, Harley Quinn uses it back on Batman. Now, you're probably going to say, well, Batman is immune to Arkham Scarecrow's fear toxin. Well, Harley Quinn actually spoke to Scarecrow while they were in Arkham Asylum and found a way to remap it to a new type of formula where Batman was not immune to. And that's what happened. It was very, very cool, very, very fun. And you can really see the growth of Harley Quinn. I mean, she is a doctor before she came Harley Quinn, so she's not stupid by any means. And that's how you beat him. He looked terrifying to us, but I wonder what we looked like to him while he was under the influence of the fear toxin too. After shooting him with, I kid you not, about 2,000 bullets, we finally beat him. It was not an easy fight. I didn't get hit a lot, however, it was not over quick. We all probably have seen the scene online where Harley Quinn shoots Batman in the head in a park bench. A lot of people are mad at that scene. I'm not. Out of the four of them, it definitely should have been Harley Quinn to kill Batman. That fits right off the bat. The Batman has died in comics so many times from a shot to the skull. And this Batman isn't 100% the Batman we all played. It's Batman who has been taken over by Brainiac. He's probably not all there. Not to mention, Harley even says this is what Batman would want. For a fact that we know for a fact that we have to kill them. We found that out from the Flash once Wonder Woman uses the lasso of truth on the Flash, and he says you have to kill us. So we know we have to kill them, which means Batman probably knows that too. It was a sad scene and it was a sad end, but it did fit it in my opinion. I didn't see anything wrong with it. They had a moment. Harley even says Batman got the last laugh. To me, it was nice. It was good. I enjoyed it. It worked. The fourth boss fight was Superman himself. Superman is Superman. He's not in this version. He's not affected by normal kryptonite because he's affected by Brainiac, and that changed some stuff. So you take some time. You develop a new kryptonite called gold kryptonite, and you basically lace all of your bullets with it. All of your bullets, your grenades, everything like that gets laced with gold kryptonite. And again, you need to dodge him and just spray the crap out of him. Shoot him. He's a very cocky in this, so he would just stand there, talk some shit, you would just shoot him, and he would get hurt. It fit him in this. Yeah, I didn't mind this fight. Now, last but not least, the final boss fight of this game was Brainiac himself. However, he had taken the form of Flash. Now, everybody was upset that it was a reskin of Flash. To me, I got excited by it. The reason I say that, well, one, it was a lot more difficult than the Flash boss himself. A lot more difficult. And we did find out that there's 13 Brainiacs, including this one. So, once you kill this one, there's 12 more Brainiacs for you to go kill. That's what the seasons of the new, each season's going to be, is finding the new Brainiac and killing him. After they repeat the Justice League through Brainiac, what are they going to do next? I'm personally excited for it. I think it's going to be good, and I'm interested to see what new characters, new people for us to go against. I'm personally excited for it. I do get people's concerns, and it was a bit cheesy and cheap for them to go with just a reskin of the Flash, but I have high hopes for what they're going to do with it next. So I told you I was going to take some time to think of a con, and I found one. So 2 out of the 4 Justice League end scenes were crap. Or at least they didn't do enough on the actual Justice League member themselves. The end of Superman, you kill him, he looks hurt, and then he just falls on the ground, and then you get captured by Brainiac, and you don't hear of Superman again at all. I wish we got a little bit more for Superman. Batman's, obviously, we did get more from Batman, and we went over that. Green Lantern, same thing. You kill Green Lantern, and before you could get over killing Green Lantern and getting past that, boom, Superman comes in, and straight away, you forget all about him. He does have a little... There is a really cool cutscene with King Shark involving Green Lantern, but it's Green Lantern's ring. It has nothing to do with John Stewart or anything like that. The Flashes. I liked the Flashes. Basically, King Shark's about to give him an honorable speech because Flash helps you before he gets taken over. And then Boomerang pisses on him. People hated that. It fit Boomerang's character. In the opening scene of the game, Boomerang is seen in his cell with crayons drawing a picture of himself pissing on the Flash. So it's clearly been a dream for Boomerang to kill the Flash and disrespect him after, and that's exactly what he did. To me, I know it makes it look like the game is shitting on the Flash. It's not. The Flash was not an easy fight. We had to reduce his strength to kill him. All it's really doing is just emphasizing, hey, we are a group of criminals and we are killing the Justice League. Despite saving the world, we're still assholes. That's what that was. That's what that scene represented. That scene represented the hatred that Boomerang had for the Flash. And to me, it just fit really well. And I'm a massive Flash fan myself, but this isn't the Flash we know. This is a corrupted version of the Flash who kills people. This Flash was an asshole. He ripped out Lex Luthor's heart and then just threw it at Boomerang. He just threw a squishy heart at Boomerang for no reason. This game has a comical aspect to it, and you need to look at it from that. But the only serious moment of this game was really anything to do with Batman. Everything else was very funny, laughable. Despite, I do take that back, Wonder Woman was just a complete NPC in this game. You only see her in cutscenes, and that's it. And then eventually she gets killed by Superman. They did give her a lawful goodbye, which people, again, were mad at. I wasn't. She was the only one who was not corrupted by Brainiac. She died a hero. She did not die a corrupted version of themselves. They made it very sad that the only superhero on our team died. Makes sense. Another thing, guys, is after the game's complete, they pre-warn you there's 12 more Brainiacs. They're going to come with each season, so that's something to look forward to. But there is a lot of endgame content. I kind of went over it a little bit as far as, collecting the Bane Infamy sets and, the different kind of missions you can do for him. But I'm still unlocking stuff after 100%ing the story, 100%ing the Riddler challenges. They unlocked these 3 right off the bat, which were super fun, but then out of nowhere, after leveling up my finite progress, which is something you can do after the game, I got this killing time, which is basically like a hordes mode. The more you kill, the harder it gets. Leave when you want, but you have to leave alive to collect rewards. If you die before, you lose everything. I did it only once, but I was in it for 50 minutes. And I got halfway through to the highest difficulty, only halfway through, and it took me 50 minutes. So that was really fun. It's definitely a game you can just hop back into, have a bit of fun, and for me, there is a replayable factor of this game. I did the entire thing solo. I think if you had some friends who also really enjoyed this kind of stuff, it'll be even more fun because you can just grind, and it's enjoyable. I guess here's one last little con I will say for the game. With how fast each traversal ability is on each character, the map is quite small. It does not take you very long to get from this corner here. It really doesn't, especially for me with King Shark. You can probably jump from here to here to here to here to here to here in probably about 6 or 7 jumps. I wish the map was a little bit bigger, and I do hope in this bit here you can see that there is some stuff there, but it's crossed out with lines. I'm hoping they're going to introduce more of the world for us to play as throughout the game seasons. Last thing, guys, I want to speak to you about is the comic. Issue 1 just came out. I just read it. Basically, so far, the comic is just kind of a prequel to the game. It's a pretty cool checkout. I would definitely, if you're enjoying the game and you're enjoying the story, go ahead and pick that out because it will explain their backstories a bit more. I just read the first one. It shows Batman, Amanda Waller, the 4 Suicide Squad members, but you also see a lot of other villains in there, which I feel like are going to kind of tease to what other villains are going to come out. I don't know. And also there's a digital code for a charm on the weapon inside the comics if you wanted to check that out. In conclusion, guys, based on everything I spoke about, and to me, how little the cons were compared to the pros, kind of just debunking, for in my opinion, what everybody said about the game, I'm going with at least an 8 out of 10 for this game. I'm going for at least an 8 out of 10 for this game. The world, however small, looks incredible. You can just run across stuff and it'll destroy. Very immersive. The graphics of this game are great. The traversal abilities are fun to use, and they're very different, which is, I feel like, important when you're going to have multiple different characters. All the enemies, some of them can be a bit similar, but there's a lot of differences to them. Large, small, sometimes you need to have shields and all this kind of stuff. I'm going with an 8 out of 10. I had a blast playing this game, and I'm going to continue to play this game until the first season comes out. I'll play that, I'll put it away for a little bit until season 2 comes out, because I am having a genuinely enjoyable time for this game. I think it is worth the standard price of $69 or $70 that every game is right now. I don't think it's priced too high. I've got about 40 hours into the game so far, and I plan to put in another 60. Who knows how many hours I'll be in by the time they finish releasing all the seasons. For me, the 8 out of 10, guys. So, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe for more reviews and all that kind of stuff. I have all the boss fights posted. You can go and check those out. And basically, almost every cutscene I've clipped, it's in the YouTube Shorts. Go ahead, guys. Subscribe, like, and then leave a comment. Let me know if you've played this game and what your thoughts are. Thank you.